Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage painted the color of sunshine, lived a young girl named Rina. More than anything in the whole wide world, Rina dreamed of becoming a ballerina. She imagined herself twirling and leaping across a grand stage, her tutu sparkling like 1,000 tiny stars under the bright lights. Every morning, she would tiptoe round her room, pretending the wooden floor was a magnificent stage and her fluffy slippers were real ballet shoes. Rina had a heart full of music and feet that just couldn't stay still. Whenever she heard a song, whether it was the cheerful chirping of the robins outside her window or the gentle hum of her mother baking in the kitchen, her toes would start to tap. She would spin in the garden, her arms outstretched as if she were embracing the wind, and leap over puddles after a rainstorm, pretending she was flying through the air. Her best friend, a fluffy bunny named Barnaby, would often watch from the grass, twitching his nose as Rina performed just for him. One sunny afternoon, while chasing a beautiful blue butterfly through the town square, Rina stumbled upon something magical. Tucked between the bakery and the bookstore was a little shop she had never noticed before. The sign above the door, written in swirly, golden letters, read, "Madame Alara's School of Dance." Rina's eyes grew as wide as saucers. Her heart did a little pitter-patter, faster than a hummingbird's wings. Could this be it? Could this be where her dream began? Taking a deep breath, Rina pushed open the heavy wooden door. A little bell tinkled cheerfully above her head. The room inside was filled with light and music. Soft and enchanting, floated through the air. The walls were lined with mirrors that reflected a long, shiny wooden bar. And there, in the center of the room, was the kindest-looking woman Rina had ever seen. She had hair like spun silver, tied up in a neat bun, and her eyes sparkled with warmth. This was Madame Alara. "Hello, little one," Madame Alara said, her voice as smooth as silk. "Did the music call to you?" Rina nodded, too shy to speak. "I see a dancer's heart in your eyes," Madame Alara continued with a smile. "Would you like to learn?" Rina's face lit up, and she gave the biggest, most enthusiastic nod she could manage. From that day on, Rina went to dance class every single day. She learned how to point her toes in a perfect tendu, how to bend her knees in a graceful plie, and how to jump high in a joyful sauté. It wasn't always easy. Sometimes Rina would wobble during her pirouettes, and sometimes she would trip over her own feet. But she never gave up. She remembered the feeling of spinning in the garden and leaping over puddles, and she poured all of that joy into her dancing. Madame Alara taught her that ballet wasn't just about perfect steps. It was about telling a story with your body and sharing the music in your heart with the world. Soon, the town announced its annual spring festival, and Madame Alara's school was invited to perform. Rina was chosen to dance the part of the spring sprite. She was nervous but also incredibly excited. On the night of the festival, Rina stood backstage, her heart thumping like a drum. She wore a beautiful costume the color of fresh lavender, and her ballet slippers felt as light as feathers. When the music began, Rina took a deep breath and stepped into the spotlight. She forgot all about being nervous. She was no longer Rina from the little cottage. She was the spring sprite, waking up the world from its long winter sleep. She twirled like a blooming flower, leaped like a playful lamb, and her arms flowed like a gentle spring breeze. The audience watched in wonder, their faces filled with delight. When her dance was over, the entire town square erupted in applause. Rina took a deep bow, her face glowing with happiness. She had done it. She was a real ballerina, sharing her dream with everyone. And from that day forward, whenever Rina the Ballerina danced, she filled the world with a little more magic and a lot more joy.